Welcome back. Okay, we have an inspirational event to share with you. It's an enriching workshop set in the picturesque surroundings of Hope Flower Farm in Leesburg, Virginia.
It's called Defiantly Joyful, and the theme is all about finding and reclaiming joy despite the challenges we all face in life's most difficult moments. And joining us now to tell us more is Heider Chapple, owner of Hope Flower Farm and Winery, and Jenny Goff of Ohm Dome, and she's also the co-organizer of Defiantly Joyful. Welcome back to both of you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, we love having you both here.
It's all fun stuff.
Back. Yes.
Well, and this is the second year.
Right.
Yeah, congrats.
That means
got
it
our
was
legs
successful.
last year.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
it was incredible.
for anyone who wasn't there last year, they need to come this year. What should they expect?
So this year, first I want to say that the event was born out of grief, quite frankly. But we didn't want to focus on the grief. We wanted to focus on the joy and the healing and recovery. And so meeting Jenny helped me find multiple practitioners and speakers to help us teach people how to live healthfully in a non-medicinal form. Every practice that we could, bring into ourselves that would help us move forward, in a more healthy, happy way. So, and conquer that grief that some of us have endured. And like Jenny has mentioned before, unfortunately, all of us will go through some period of grief and trauma, and so it's wonderful to have these resources.
Yeah, and I would just say the best way to unplug away from everything that's going on in our lives and busy societies is to actually plug in to ourselves. And so whenever Holly, I just met her, I always believe in divine timing, and I met her in a time when she was just like trying to figure out, where do I go? What do I do? Like, how do I explore in other avenues after grief and trauma hit her? And all of us as humans go through grief or trauma at multiple stages in our lives. So this is for everyone, whether it's now or later. And so last year was amazing. This year it's 3 times grander. There's 5 locations on site. Each location has its own itinerary, all day Saturday, half day Sunday. I mean, you're talking one-on-one offerings of oracle readings, acupuncture, motivational speakers from all over that are incredible. Practices like Qigong, yoga, sound baths, trying out sound healing, expressive arts, with doing watercolor classes, workshops with flowers, flower therapy. So there's so much that I would encourage everybody to look at the website and see what there is, because there's more than they can even consume.
Right. In one weekend, they'll have to come back.
I know. We're seeing some pictures of it. When you guys were here last year, it sounded incredible. This is like elevated by 5,000 times.
The farm is so perfect for that because it has the capacity to hold as many people who want to come, and we have we have 3 huge barns on the property. It was originally a teaching facility I'm a professional florist trainer. And then when COVID happened, which is also some of the grief that we're still all struggling from, and then my husband unfortunately was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and passed away. We just transitioned into this, and it's like the farm was born for it. It's just magical, everything that happens there.
Not to mention the events that'll be there, but the lands itself are so gorgeous and sacred. And so, and as you're mentioning, like with your past guest, Tashika, who was just on here, who talks about goals and that level up, that's what we did from last year to this year. And it's gonna keep growing, but I just have to give a shout out. There's over 30 practitioners that are donating their time completely complimentary for this whole weekend, because they believe in this message. And we're all doing this at no cost. The only cost that come in from all the ticket sales really are going towards just making sure that it happens. Helping make sure that the farm is open and that we have a food truck and all those types of things.
Wow. You said the word magical. And your farm itself all by itself is magical. And then what you do is like magical all by itself. And so this collaboration between you two just sounds really ethereal, and I have been, and it was wonderful. And you're right, you don't even know you have trauma, but you're laying there, and then all of a sudden these little tears of joy, I don't know what they are, release. It is so fantastic. For anyone who's not experienced sound baths or any of the things that you're even mentioning, what should they expect?
That's a good question. I would say the first expectation is we don't expect you to be happy the entire time. We expect you to be curious and to explore what makes sense for you. We call it a healing tasting, right? To go and have the autonomy to go check out what you want to go check out and see what's for you or not for you, in hopes that you're going to build all of these intrinsic tools to be able to use when it's needed. Because from learning from Holly, she says grief hits her when she least expects it. Sometimes it's in the car, sometimes it's just randomly talking to somebody. And so when that moment comes, you can't just call your therapist. You have to know what to do.
And they're also, we're all different types of people. So some of us need to escape and walk off into the garden, and others need a cluster of people to support them. And that's what's so cool about the farm, that there are all these spaces and you can find the piece that you need, whether it's in community or just a private moment to journal or harvest flowers. So.
Do you choose that when you're out there? Do you have to go in knowing I want to do this and this and this? Like, do you set up your itinerary? Just enjoy
so
the day.
Great
just
thing
show
about
up
it is
and,
it's on the website as of today is the final schedule, but you will, when you come in and you check in, you get your wristband, you'll get a folder with all of it, and you can literally sit there and choose it like a menu of whatever you would like. I will say some of them are smaller groups, so you will need to pre-register ahead of time at the bank barn. So first come, first serve of those, but there's lots of slots available.
And after you get your emotional tasting, you can maybe have a wine tasting.
That's true, absolutely.
All right,
Everything.
wonderful. Thank you both so very much for being here.
Congrats on your two.
We're very
so
excited.
glad you're back.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Tickets to Defiantly Joyful are $65 for both Saturday and Sunday. Participation for both of those days, and they're available for purchase at hopeflowerfarm.com.